Okay, today we are going to talk about tooth numbering systems. First, we will start with the names of the teeth and the position of them. As you know, we have 4 quadrants, and in case of the primary dentition, which is for the kids, and the permanent dentition, which is for adult. In case of the primary dentition, we have 4 quadrants, but in each quadrant we will have 5 teeth. But in the case of the adults, the permanent teeth, we will have 8 teeth in each quadrant. And the name of the teeth, the incisors, the canines, the premolars and molars. As you see, in the primary teeth, we do not have the premolars and we only have 2 molars. We don't have the third one, which is the wisdom teeth. Now let's start with American system. If we want to number the teeth according to American system, we will start, as you know, the right side of the patient and the left side of the patient will be different from ours. We will start from the upper right wisdom tooth of the patient, which is this one. And we will start numbering it, and we will do that clockwise, which means that we will start from here to the midline. We will count 1, 2, 3, 4 until we number the whole upper arch, and then we will go to the lower left, and so on. So the last one will be 32. And in case of the deciduous or milky teeth, we will do the same thing again clockwise, but we will use alphabet A, B, C, and so on. In the zsigmondy-palmer, in order to show the position of the teeth, we use these signs, which indicates the position of the teeth, in which arch they are and on what side. And from the midline, we will start to number them. From the central incisor will be 1, the lateral incisor 2, and so on. And in the case of the deciduous, we will use the Roman number, as you see here. So if I want to show the second molar, the second milky molar on the upper, for example, left, I will say it is such a thing. And the European system, the plus shows it that teeth belongs to the maxillary arch and the upper arch, and the minus shows it belongs to the mandibular arch or the lower arch. So the plus and minus, it shows the position of the teeth, in which arch it is located, and also the sign will be always near the midline. It means that the 1 plus and plus 1, the difference is that the plus must always be near the midline. So we will draw the midline and we will understand that this must be the right central incisor, upper, and this one must be the left central incisor. And again, we will number them from the central part to the both lateral parts. And in case of the deciduous, we will add 1 0 to them. In order to show the primary teeth, we will add 0 to our number, and so on. So, for example, if they ask us what is this tooth, we will say that we will draw the midline. We say that this symbol is nearer to the midline, so it must be right. It is minus, so it's for the lower jaw. It has 0, so it's a primary teeth, and it will be the canine. And the FDI system. In the case of the FDI system, we said that in the first part of our tutorial, we said that we have 4 quadrants, and this is the first quadrant. In case of the adults, from the right we started, and again we do this clockwise. This is the second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. In case of the child, it's the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And in this system, we always write the quadrant number on the left. So, as you see, we have the quadrant number on the left. And the right one, again, is the numbering that has been made from the midline to the both lateral sides. And the difference, and the very important difference, is that, for example, these two, it's 3-1. It is not 31. If you say 31, you are referring to the American system, which will be the second molar on the left lower. But it is 3-1. That's the difference. So, if you need, you can pause the video and just write it down for yourself in all of the systems, which are the names of these teeth. Number them, please. Okay, as we know, these are the permanent teeth. We have 32. In the American system, if I want to name this upper third molar, in the American system, we know that's 1. The upper left incisor, it will be 10 because I counted this way. And the lower first premolar, it will be 28 because I will again count this way until I reach that one. In the case of zsigmondy-palmer, it shows the upper right, and from the midline I will start numbering them, and the last one, which is the third molar, will be the 8. We said that in each quadrant we have 8 teeth in the case of adults. And this one will be again the upper right, the second one, and so on. In the case of the European system, we will say that, okay, if we consider here is our midline, plus must be near to the midline, and the 8th one. Again, we consider here as the midline, so it will be the left, and we consider here as the midline, so it will be the lower right. And for the FDI, we say that this is the first quadrant, so we write down the 1, and that's the 8. So it's 1, 8, the right upper third molar. We say that this one will be the second quadrant, the second tooth from the midline, and this is the fourth quadrant, the fourth tooth from the midline. Also, please indicate these teeth on this child tooth. Please pause the video and indicate them for yourself. Okay. 8, 2. It shows that we said that. 5, 6, 7, 8 are quadrants. And 8 will be here, and the second one from the midline. 5 will be here. The third one from the midline. In the case of the American, we said that we will start it with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And clockwise, we will see the Q. And in the case of the European, the minus shows that it is the lower one. The 0 shows that it is for the child. And 3, it shows that it is the third tooth or the canine from the midline. And the zsigmondy-palmer, it shows it is the upper left, and it shows that it is the upper right, the third one from the midline and the first one from the midline. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.